Alright guys, so I thought today would make a little bit of a different video. I'm here in Bali and I was just starting to feel a little bit burned out. And that kind of reminded me of the whole nomad life and how it can burn you out if you're not really careful. So in this video, I'm gonna give you what I think are my top 5 mistakes to avoid in the nomad life so that you don't get burned out. By the way, I just wanted to take a minute to show you guys that this is what I see outside my window. It's basically a huge rice field and one of the last rice fields that you can find probably around Canggu, this area of Bali, because it's just everything's been built on and there's pretty much nothing like it anymore. And just like the Bali rice fields that are disappearing everywhere, I think the first mistake that we should remember is not setting clear boundaries for our lives. And of course, I'm talking about our personal life and our work life, and how do we clearly make a distinction between them for ourselves and for everybody else, including our coworkers, our family, our friends. I think one of the biggest mistakes that you can do as a nomad is just having those two merge together and don't really know how to separate them. Lately, what I've done is really look at my calendar and see what time I can dedicate to working and trying to stay synchronous with my team, so working at the same time, and what time do I need to dedicate to my personal life, to making these videos, to all this kind of stuff, right? So all of that I've started clearly tracking in my calendar in time block chunks, and that is something that you can do to really take control of your time. And at the same time, you want to communicate that to your coworkers, because if they don't know, they're just going to start messaging you. And even if they do when you have told them before, then it's your responsibility to not answer when you're off your work time, and that is a challenge that I'm still trying to address. So what do you think about the order here at the room? Is that looking incredibly messy? I feel like it is. Probably should take a second look at that. Anyways, this is kind of the villa where I'm staying. A second room, again, kind of where the rice fields over there. Has its own bathroom and stuff. It's pretty big, I would say. It's a 2-bedroom villa. Only using one at the moment. And then you got the stairs. It works. Yes. So I think that the second mistake that you can make is not prioritizing your self-care. For me, self-care means going to the gym to train, to take care of my body, and also trying to do some kind of a spiritual practice like meditation. Basically, if I'm doing those two things, I consider that I'm doing something to kind of get my body in maintenance mode, if that makes sense. This is stuff that you will get done every day because you need it, just like you need to work to earn money, just like you need to have fun. This is your self-care, so no compromising. Okay, so the third mistake that I think a lot of people don't really take into account when talking about the whole nomad thing is not delegating stuff, or just recognizing that you have limited energy and that you can't do it all by yourself. Oh shit, but the way I think it's gonna rain, like, take a look at that sky. Does that look like a Balinese, oh, it's summer all year sky? I feel like it looks more like it's raining sooner or later, and yeah. I think already started to rain actually. Anyways, delegating stuff. Right, so even if it's like stupid small stuff, you can outsource or give that to somebody else. I'm gonna give you a clear example that I think a lot of nomads truly do, and that is they don't cook their own food. And yeah, sure, that can get expensive if you're constantly eating out, but not if you plan for it, right? So I have a limit of money that I'll spend daily, let's say in food that I buy outside at a cafe, or I have some kind of programs where I can subscribe for a month and they'll deliver my food. Now, I love cooking, but cooking takes like a solid 2 hours for me. So if I can just get that out of my plate, that's 2 extra hours, maybe 1 extra hour every day. I can have my breakfast ready, made the day before, or just have something that you can put like overnight oats. That's something that I buy constantly. So I just put some milk on it and that's pretty much it. Outsource really a lot of time back to myself. And it's starting to rain. We need to get this camera out of here. Woohoo! Finally got my coffee. This is a win for me. And by the way, a lot of people ask me why I drink with a straw, and that's because I want to protect these white teeth from the coffee. It's a little trick, and some people call me crazy, but let me do it, folks. Okay, so mistake number 4, something that we've already kind of glanced around but not really touched on particularly, and that is controlling and managing your time. That is something that sounds easy, but it's not. A great book to read on that, by the way, it's called Indistractable, so how not to get distracted. And in this book, the first thing they tell you is that a distraction is only a distraction if you know what it is distracting you from. And I noticed that I had a lot of distractions. So that was a priority for me, just how to use my time wisely and how to manage it with a calendar, with time blocking, with tasks management. So that's a whole skill that you have to learn as a nomad or as a worker or as anybody, to be honest. Because when you start scheduling and really planning out your days and your tasks, the whole game changes. It is extremely tough, to be honest, at least for me. And I feel like an asshole just telling you this as if it's something that I already know how to do perfectly. But I really think you should take a look at it the same way that I've done it this year, because it will change your life. And I think step by step, you can get there. So try it out. Task management, time planning, whatever you want to call it, just control your time. Okay, so are you ready for the last mistake? It's gonna be shockingly simple, but it is that people do not A/B test their lives. What the hell do I mean? Okay, so listen up. Just like you A/B test a marketing campaign, when you are kind of testing same ways or different ways of doing something, expecting a better outcome from one of them, it's the same thing that you should do with your schedule, with your habits, with your tasks, all of that, right? So easy example again for you. So I was thinking, at what time should I go to the gym? Either at the end of my workday like I used to do, or at the start. And obviously this is very important because first, it determines how much energy I will have during my work, what my mood will be during the day or before going to sleep, how good I will rest, all of these little things that you don't think about that had something to do with me going to the gym at a particular time, right? So I kind of switched it up for a month, and then I saw that the counterintuitive way for me to do it, which was to actually go before my work, because I'm a night person, like I love and I have more energies at night. So going to the gym earlier on the day, which is the time that I don't have so much energy and when I'm feeling a little bit more sleepy and stuff, that helped me a bunch more to have a better work day and even a better rest. It was nothing that I would have guessed by myself. So just like I did that, you should be A/B testing different things in your life to find out what's the optimal way for you to do them. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope that you got something out of this video. If you want to know what's my favorite task manager, and especially my favorite AI task manager to help you schedule those tasks and get information from different sources across your life, like your email, your Slack, and other types of messaging platforms, then go ahead, check this video out. I think you will really enjoy it. And if not, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.